Hey gang, what's going on? So we have the week 7 schedule here right here for you. But before I get into that, if you like this kind of content, any kind of college football content, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, bell icon button, and share buttons. It's greatly appreciated, extremely helpful for the channel. Gives me great feedback on what you guys think of the content, as well as I don't want you to miss out on any of the news that pops up in college football, because you'll get the latest and most up-to-date news right here on this channel, and I don't want you to miss it. So let's get into it. So we've got some great games coming up this week. So let's kick off. So we've got the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs going up against the unranked Vanderbilt Commodores. Georgia is 6-0 on the year and 3-0 against the SEC, while Vanderbilt is 2-5 on the year and 0-3 versus the SEC. Georgia is a 31.5 point favorite, and I've got them rolling through the Commodores and the Bulldogs remaining undefeated this year. So Georgia will get that win at Vandy and continue their great play of football. Then we've got the Indiana Hoosiers visiting the number 2 ranked Michigan Wolverines at the Big House in Ann Arbor. Indiana is 2-3 on the year and 0-2 against the Big Ten, while Michigan is 6-0 on the year and 3-0 against the Big Ten. Michigan is the 34-point favorite, and I have Michigan winning this game outright, especially in Ann Arbor, where that is one of the toughest environments to play in and one of the hardest places to play. I've got Michigan running right through them and remaining undefeated. Then we've got the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes facing off against the Purdue Boilermakers at Purdue. Ohio State is 5-0 on the year, while they are 2-0 against the Big Ten. And Purdue is 2-4 on the year, while 1-2 against Big Ten teams. Ohio State is the 20-point favorite. I have Ohio State winning this game big and very convincingly at Purdue, and they will remain undefeated. Then we've got the Syracuse Orange going up against number 4 Florida State Seminoles at the Doak, where Syracuse is 4-2 on the year and 0-2 versus the ACC. Florida State is 5-0 on the year, while being 3-0 against the ACC. Florida State is the 17.5 point favorite. I do think Florida State wins this in convincing fashion, but I don't think it's going to be a complete roll through. I think Florida State will win this like they beat Virginia Tech. It's going to be one of those games. It will be convincing. They will move to 6-0 on the year and 4-0 against the ACC, and they will win at home. Another tough, very tough place to play. Then we've got the unranked Arkansas Razorbacks versus the number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide. Arkansas is 2-4 on the year and 0-3 versus the SEC, while Alabama is 5-1 on the year and 3-0 versus the SEC. Alabama is the 19.5 point favorite to win this game. I have Alabama winning this game in Tuscaloosa outright. I think it's going to be more than 19.5 points that they win by, but they will get the job done at home and improve to 6-1. Then we've got the California Golden Bears going up against the number 16 Utah Utes at Utah. California is 3-3 on the year, while being 1-2 against the Pac-12, while Utah is 4-1 on the year and 1-1 versus the Pac-12. Utah is the 13.5 point favorite, and I've got Utah winning this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do think it's going to be a nice convincing win for them. So they will move to 5-1 on the year and continue their good play of football. Then we've got Massachusetts, the unranked Massachusetts. They are going to be visiting the number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions, where Penn State is 5-0 and Massachusetts is 1-6. Penn State is the 43-point favorite, and I'm telling you right now, Penn State is going to blow out Massachusetts in a big way. It's not going to be close, and I think that Massachusetts may even get shut out this game. Massachusetts will fall 1-7, while Penn State goes to 6-0. Then we've got the number 8 Oregon Ducks going up against the number 7 Washington Huskies. This is going to be a fantastic game. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be a very gritty game. We have Oregon, who is 5-0 on the year, and 2-0 versus the Pac-12, which is this exact identical record to Washington, which is 5-0 on the year and 2-0 versus the Pac-12. Washington is a 3-point favorite, but I am taking the upset on this one, and I am saying that Oregon is going to upset Washington at Washington. I think Oregon is way too tough of a football team. They've played outstanding football this entire season, and I think that at Husky Stadium, the Oregon Ducks are going to take down the Washington Huskies and hand them their first loss of the year in an upset. Then we have the Texas A&M Aggies, the unranked Texas A&M Aggies, going up against number 19 Tennessee, where Texas A&M is 4-2 on the year and 2-1 against the SEC, while Tennessee is 4-1 on the year and 1-1 against the SEC. Tennessee is the 3-point favorite. I have Texas A&M upsetting Tennessee at Tennessee. I have them upsetting them because I think that it's going to be a very tight game, but I think Texas A&M, after their game against Alabama, have a lot of confidence going into this game against Tennessee, and I think they'll just edge them out. So I got Texas A&M in the second upset of the week. Then we've got Kansas, number 23 Kansas, going up against Oklahoma State. So we've got the Jayhawks versus the Cowboys of Oklahoma State, where Kansas is 5-1 and 2-1 against the Big 12, and Oklahoma State is 3-2 and 1-1 against the Big 12. Kansas is the 3.5-point favorite. I see Kansas taking this game at Oklahoma State, but it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a very close game. I think it'll be between a 7 and 14-point difference, but I think Kansas will get the job done. Then we've got the Louisville Cardinals going up against the Pittsburgh Panthers. So and it's going to be at Pittsburgh, mind you. So the number 14 Louisville Cardinals are 6-0 on the year, while being 3-0 against the ACC, while Pittsburgh is 1-4 on the year and 0-2 against the ACC. Louisville is the 8-point favorite. I've got Louisville winning this game, and I have them winning this game outright. And it's going to be by more than 8 points. So Louisville will get the win and move to 7-0. In the next game, we've got the unranked Arizona Wildcats versus the number 19 Washington State Cougars in Washington State. Arizona is 3-3 on the year, while being 1-2 against the Pac-12, while Washington State is 4-1 on the year and 1-1 versus the Pac-12. I have Washington State winning this game as a rebound game. I think they will come out fighting and come out swinging, and I think being that they are the 8.5-point favorite, I have Washington State coming out with the win. Then we have the clash of the two SEC Titans. We've got Auburn, the unranked Auburn Tigers, versus the number 22 LSU Tigers. Auburn is 3-2 on the year, while 0-2 versus the SEC, while LSU is 4-2 on the year and 3-1 versus the SEC. LSU is the 11.5-point favorite. They are at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. I have LSU winning this at home, and I have them winning it in a convincing fashion, but not a blowout. So LSU will get the win, dropping Auburn to 3-3. The next game, we've got the number 10 USC Trojans versus the number 21 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They are at Notre Dame Stadium in Notre Dame. So USC is 6-0 on the year, while Notre Dame is 5-2 on the year. Notre Dame happens to be the 2.5-point favorite for this game, but I do not think they get the job done at home. I think USC will come out. They will come out swinging, and they will take that game. So I've got USC beating Notre Dame and dropping Notre Dame to 5-3. In our next game, we've got the number 25 Miami Hurricanes going up against the number 12 North Carolina Tar Heels. Miami is 4-1 on the year, while they are 0-1 against the ACC. We also have the number 12 North Carolina Tar Heels, who are 5-0 on the year and 2-0 versus the ACC. UNC is the 3.5-point favorite for this game. This game will be at Chapel Hill, and I have UNC winning this game. I don't think Miami is consistent enough. I certainly don't think that Miami has played like they want to be there. So North Carolina will get the win. Then we've got unranked Missouri. Now, mind you, UNC is the 3.5-point favorite for that game. In the next game, we've got the unranked Missouri Tigers, who are 5-1 this year and 1-1 versus the SEC, versus the number 24 Kentucky Wildcats, who are also 5-1, but 2-1 against the SEC. They are in Kentucky, but I think Missouri has a chance to pull this game out, and I think they'll get it done at Kentucky. So I've got Missouri beating Kentucky in Kentucky. Then we've got, and mind you, Kentucky's a 2.5-point favorite for that game. So it's not a wide enough margin, and it's not convincing enough for me to say that Kentucky will get the win. So Missouri's going to get the win in that game. And then we've got the number 18 UCLA Bruins versus the number 15 Oregon State Beavers at Oregon State. UCLA is 4-1 on the year, while being 1-1 versus the Pac-12, while Oregon State is 5-1 on the year and 2-1 against the Pac-12. Oregon State is the 4.5-point favorite for this game. I've got Oregon State winning at home. I think it's going to be a good game, but I don't think it's going to be a close game. So I've got Oregon State winning at home to improve to 6-1. Then we have the unranked NC State Wolfpack versus the number 17 Duke Blue Devils, and it's at Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. Duke is the 3.5-point favorite, but with that spread, I do think Duke has been playing consistent enough football and good enough football that they will take down NC State, move to 5-1 on the year and 2-0 versus the ACC. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below for your predictions, and let's get into it. Until next time, have a great rest of your night, and I'll talk to you later.